Hello everyone and welcome to the Joe and Miller Show. What a privilege it is to have Clint Boon with us from Inspiral Carpets and a Manchester icon. Hi Clint, how are you doing?
How are you doing? All right. Nice to see you both.
Inspiral Carpets released an album on Monday. I thought you were going to tell us a bit about the record.
Yeah, it's the first album in 20 years, all 12 new songs. We've sort of spent about 2 years just knocking these songs together, and then when we had enough for an album, we started recording them. And I think it's our best work, man. I just think it's got all our classic trademarks that people recognise. But we recorded it in quite a fast way as well, so we didn't like mess about in the studio too much with overdubs and, you know, funny instrumentation. It's a garage record, you know, it's drums, bass, guitar, bit of organ and singing, that's all it is really. So there's no violins on it or anything like that. I think with our last two albums, well, the last three albums that we did, we sort of drifted off a bit into that world of this would be great with strings on it, this would be great with a choir on it, and it's not representative of what the band is really. So yeah, we've gone back to our garage roots with it. We've recorded a record that's really edgy, dead fresh, and so far people are loving it. We've not had any complaints yet.
Well, I see on the album, just looking at it now, it looks very nice as well.
Yep.
Second song is called Spitfire. Could you introduce the song and tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, it's a song about this one that Stephen wrote, our singer, and it's a really nice story actually. It's a true story about a guy that flew Spitfires in the Second World War. When the war ended, he bought a Spitfire, it became his hobby. He became obsessed with it to the point where his wife was jealous of it. She didn't see him much. So it put a real pressure on the marriage. He died, she inherited the plane. Subsequently, she fell in love with the plane and realised why he was in love with the plane. So it's all... I don't know if you can hear that in the words, but that's what it's about. That's what it's inspired by. But it's a love song. It's like, remember Saturn V, one of our classic Inspiral singles? It's a love song based around a flying machine.
It's got I must say, it's got a lovely story behind it.
Yeah.
This is Spitfire.
Spitfire taking me higher, nothing's gonna get
It's a nice studio you've got. I like this place. It's a nice setup, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it is. I mean, these are brand new microphones, new headset.
It's great, isn't it?
On the Mac. Yeah.
I like
Clint,
it.
you taking the album on tour?
We're actually we've been doing gigs through the summer. There's already 5 of these new tracks in the set. So we're probably just going to stick another 2 or 3 in for the December tour. We don't want to go out and do the entire album, end to end, because people would be, because they're not familiar with it yet. You know what I mean? So we've gradually introduced some of the songs that people know now, and then like another 2 or 3 for December. So you're talking about maybe 7 songs off the album in the next tour. But the gigs that we're doing, it's like an hour and 40 minutes usually, around about that. And a third of it is classic singles. A third of it will be other stuff from the past, then a third of it will be new music.
So this is how it feels. Obviously, me and Miller, we big United fans.
Yes.
And City and United both use that song now. Do you get any credit for that?
When the football fans sing it, we don't actually get any money for it, which...
Because you're not a football fan, are you?
No,
So did
not
one
really.
day you turn on, might have skipped to the wrong channel and thought, they're singing my song here, that's not right.
I'm flattered that it happens. I don't think people realise it's probably the most sung song in the UK at the moment, because it's sung by, all the City fans, all the United fans every week, right through the year for the last 3 years, 4 years. So it's actually getting sung probably as much as Happy Birthday gets sung, you know what I mean? So if you think of it that way, it's quite a weird thing that every bugger's singing it, and we don't get any money when they're singing it. But it's it's not a problem. It's just like I'm flattered that little song that I wrote in my bedroom in Oldham in 1988, whenever it was, has become this big, massive cultural tune that everybody uses to wind each other up. And they play it on the cricket matches, don't they, on Sky as well. Whenever somebody gets bowled out, when they're walking back to the pavilion or whatever they call it. It's a funny name for a building, isn't it? When they're walking back, they always play this, Feels to Be Lonely, for the...
for the poor batsman who's got knocked out.
So it's got a big life of its own, that song now, and I'm excited about it.
Obviously, you're a big, famous rock star, known majorly around Manchester. I don't know why Joe's laughing. It's true. We all know that. Could you tell us a radio-suitable rock and roll story, bearing in mind it's after 4 p.m?
Something that's broadcastable.
Yes.
It might take him a while to think.
Yeah.
I've broke ribs a couple of times jumping into the crowd after the end of a gig.
Oh, you've gone crowd surfing?
Yeah, I used to do it a lot. I don't do it much anymore. But there was one time in Leeds where I jumped into the crowd and I landed on this girl's head, and I distinctly remember, like the last thing that she ever saw. No, she's not dead. But I landed right on her head, broke her glasses and her neck. Yeah,
Could have been worse.
I think that was the last time I ever did it. There was one time I did it after a DJ set at the Warehouse Project, the first ever Warehouse Project, and it was New Year's Eve. Calvin Harris was the main DJ. He was pretty unknown at the time, because I was like, who's this going on after me? I've never heard of him. And I did my set, and at the end of it, I did that crowd surf thing. But it was the highest stage ever, because it wasn't even a venue, it was an old brewery. And the stage was built onto this massive concrete ledge. And I jumped off, and it's probably about 8 foot high, 9 foot high. And all the crowd moved. And I landed, I'd already positioned myself on my back, like Michael Stipe in one of his videos, like that, to land on my back on the shoulders and down. And they all moved, and I landed flat on my back on this concrete brewery floor at Strange Ways Brewery, Boddington's Brewery. So, I don't do that stuff anymore. Other rock and roll stories.
We'll mention the poo in the tea.
The teapot, yeah. I crapped in a teapot once, but that was... Hey, you know what I mean?
Was that a joke, or was it...
No, it was actually a crap in a teapot in a hotel. But I don't recommend that. I don't condone that sort of behaviour. It's disgusting, and if any of my children ever did that, I'd be really annoyed with them. I once got romantically linked with Betty Boo. Do you remember Betty Boo?
Betty Boo?
Yeah.
Is that a cartoon?
No, there's a cartoon, but
Yeah.
Betty Boo had a couple of dance records in the late 80s. Betty Boo doing the do. And I once got romantically linked with her. I've not even done anything, I've not even touched her. We're just chatting at this event all afternoon, and people started saying, oh, they're going to get married and she's going to be called Betty Boone.
Could be worse.
Yeah.
Could be Peppa Pig. I mean, that's...
Yeah.
That puts a whole new...
Tell you, I've been with a few of them.
Have you ever, have you ever seen Engie Benji, Miller?
Yes.
Do you know who wrote the theme song to Engie Benji?
Was it Mr. Boone?
I'll give you a clue. Angie, Benji, Engine Man.
Is there any
Was
more?
it?
Yeah.
Who was it who sang it? Was that Anton Deck?
No,
Yeah.
Anton Deck were in it and Clint
Yeah.
sung it.
They're in the they're the
right.
voices, and I did the theme tune. Wrote the
Should've
theme
done
tune,
everything.
sung the theme tune. I tried. I actually did. I auditioned to do the voiceover for Engie Benji, because the original actor that did it, they got rid of her. It was a girl doing this voice, and it was a bit weird. So they asked me if I'd do it. In fact, you know what? I think I might have said, yeah, I'll do it. And we've got this video at home, me and wife, of me doing the voiceover for an entire episode of Engie Benji, and it's Engie like that talking to his dog. Come on, Joe, let's nip out and see what's going on. Oh, does that need mending? So they were like that. No, it's not really what we want.
Never pulled off. We want to quickly just wrap up with a story about Noel Gallagher. Now, Miller didn't know the story about Noel Gallagher working for the Spiral Carpets, did you, Miller?
No, I was going to ask whether I could have a job as a sound engineer so you could sack me and lead me on to form a popular rock band. Is that something you'd be interested in?
Yes, good, yeah. Miller, would you like to be our sound engineer?
I'd love to.
Okay, you're in. Miller,
Yeah.
you're rubbish. I'm sacking you.
Thank you.
See you later. Good luck with your life.
I heard this happened about Mr. Noel Gallagher. Could you
That's
please
right, yeah.
tell us about that?
Well, that his experience with us lasted, well, he always just lasted 5 seconds. He had about 5 years with us. And he was a top bloke. He's our roadie, so we travelled the world together for all that time. And when we weren't gigging, he used to work in our office in Manchester, answering fan mail, posting T-shirts out and all this kind of stuff. So he wasn't just a roadie. It wasn't just like he turned up at gigs and set our gear up. He was like, he was a sixth member of the band. That's where he was. Yeah, and he learnt a lot. That's how he learnt so much about the industry, by working with us so closely. And it's another nice part of our story, really, that we're part of Noel's story.
That's pretty cool. So to anyone listening want to go see the Spiral Carpets in Manchester, it's at the Ritz. On what date?
19th of December.
19th of December.
Yeah.
Tickets still available, or are they nearly sold
Only
out?
Josh, you're going to have to hurry up. There's only a few left.
Thank you, Clint Boon.
Thank you very much. I'll let you know when I'm in a popular rock band.
Is my limo outside? Have you got me one?
Yeah, got
Okay.
your own carpets. Got you them Mr.
Have you
Kipling cakes you
have
like
you paid? Have you paid my manager for this?
as well. Yeah. Sam?
Okay.
Manager
Sam?
Do you want cash in
Manager
hand or
Sam.
check?
Yeah, cash in hand's great,
Cash
please.
in hand's great.
Yeah.
It's what you used to.
Chuck Berry does that. He gets paid before he goes on stage in cash.
Does it?
Yeah, he gets all his cash up front and then he does his gig and gets out. Right, see you later, guys.
So yeah.